If you're working hard, saving every month, and still feel like you're not getting ahead, that's not a personal failure. It's how the system works. Let's talk about something uncomfortable for a second. You did what you were told. You got a job. You show up. You save a little from every paycheck, and yet somehow the finish line keeps moving. If that sounds familiar, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not bad with money. You are not lazy. You are not behind. You were just taught a set of money rules that quietly stopped working a long time ago. Most of us learned about money from people who meant well but lived in a different world. Save your money, avoid risk, get a stable salary. If you're struggling, you just need more discipline. So you do exactly that. You cut small pleasures, you delay trips, you feel guilty buying anything that isn't necessary. And when things still feel tight, you blame yourself. But here's what no one explains. Saving itself isn't the problem. The problem is what it becomes inside a salary-based system. Saving feels safe. It feels responsible. It feels like progress, but technically it's a trap. Here's how the trap works. You earn a salary. Your money arrives in predictable chunks. Before you even touch it, taxes take a bite, rent takes another, bills take another. What's left, that's what you're told to save. So you do. You put it in a savings account. You feel proud. You feel like an adult. But while your money is sitting still, everything around it is moving. Rent doesn't pause. Prices don't pause. Lifestyle expectations don't pause. You save $500 a month. That's $6,000 a year. Sounds solid, but rent goes up by $150, groceries by $100, transport by $80. Your progress disappears before it compounds. Suddenly, your savings aren't buying more security. They're just helping you tread water. This is the part no one explains. Saving inside a salary-based life doesn't protect you from the system. It locks you deeper into it, because saving teaches you to optimize survival, not progress. You don't ask, how do I grow? You ask, how do I last? You start managing your life like a leaky boat, constantly scooping water, feeling productive, never getting to shore. And the system loves this version of you. A saver who never questions the structure is predictable. You'll work, you'll consume, you'll absorb rising costs, you'll blame yourself when it feels tight. Now here's where people get confused. They hear this and think, so saving is bad? No, that's not the point. Saving isn't evil. It's incomplete. Saving is supposed to be a buffer, but the system turned it into a goal. Think of it like this. Saving is a parking lot. It's not a destination. If all you ever do is park your money, it never goes anywhere. Meanwhile, the cost of the road keeps increasing. The old advice assumed something that no longer exists, that prices would stay mostly stable, that salaries would rise at the same pace as life, that loyalty would be rewarded. That world is gone. So when someone today says, just save more, what they're really saying is carry more weight in a race where the track keeps stretching. This is why people feel exhausted even when they're doing everything right, because the strategy is outdated. Here's the reframe I want you to sit with. Saving doesn't create freedom. Control does. Not over the market, not over the economy, but over your cash flow and decisions. The goal isn't to hoard money. The goal is to stop being trapped by one narrow path. Right now, for most salary earners, money flows in one direction. Time goes in, money comes out. If time stops, money stops. Saving just delays the problem. It doesn't change the equation. So instead of asking, how can I save more? A better question is, how do I stop depending on just one source of income and one fixed rhythm? That shift alone changes everything. Now, I'm not about to tell you to start some complicated investment strategy or quit your job. That's not real life. This is a beginner system. Simple, calm, doable. First, keep saving, but change its job. Your savings are not your future. They are your shock absorber. 3 to 6 months of breathing room. That's it. Once you know you won't panic if something breaks or changes, your brain relaxes,
and relaxed brains make better decisions. Second, redirect attention, not just money. Most people obsess over where to put their extra cash. That's the wrong focus at the beginning. Your real leverage is increasing the number of ways money can find you. That might be a skill, a small side service, a digital product, freelance work, even overtime used strategically instead of emotionally. Not hustle, optionality. Even one small stream outside your salary changes everything. It turns your job into a lifeline, into a base. And finally, design before discipline. Stop asking, how do I resist spending? Start asking, why does my life require this much spending in the first place? A lot of expenses aren't about need, they're about pressure. Commutes, convenience, stress compensation. When you adjust structure, discipline becomes easier without willpower. This isn't about escaping work or beating the system overnight. It's about understanding the rules you're actually playing under. Saving money isn't wrong, but treating saving as the solution inside a system that drains value will always keep you running in place. You're not broken for feeling stuck. You're just waking up to how the game really works. And once you see it clearly, you stop blaming yourself. You stop panicking. You stop chasing every piece of advice. You get calmer, more intentional, more in control. And that's when money finally stops controlling you and starts working with you.